All right, let's get Lisa on here because she's not supposed to know, but you know what you know. She found out that her boyfriend was about to propose to her, should have been excited about it. What she's not excited about is the ring that he is about to propose with. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Good, okay. Be real with us here. You love your man, you just hate the ring?
Yes, so I knew he was going to propose sometime soon, and I happened to be on his computer, and I did the thing that you're not supposed to do. You know how in Mac computers you can see text messages that go, that come from your phone?
Sure.
So I was on his computer, and then I couldn't help. I saw a text message from a text exchange between his mom and him, and I read it because it said proposal, and it said something about using his grandmother's ring, and I really don't like the ring, y'all. It's vintage. I'm sure some people would love it, but it's really not my style, and I always had a vision of the specific type of ring I'd want. And we've never talked about rings before, right? Like I said, I knew the proposal was coming, but I didn't know when. And so my question to y'all is, do I tell him before he proposes, or do I wait for him to propose, accept the proposal, and then tell him about the ring thing?
All right, let me give the phone number out. 1-855-BERT-SHOW.
Right. I got a plan. All right. So hear me out here. We're going to try to change his course of action. And he's going to make, without you even telling him, okay? So, Lisa, you're going to come up with a fictional friend. This friend does not exist, but that way it's not somebody he knows. And you're going to be like, oh, my God, my friend Sarah just got engaged. And he's like, who's Sarah? And you're like, oh, I knew her back in college, blah, 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 makeup, however. And she sent me a picture of a ring. And make it go get a Google image of a woman with a vintage ring that looks somewhat like the grandmother's. Not exactly, obviously, but someone like that. And be like, yeah, that vintage look, that's just not my thing. I mean, she loves it, but I just...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So plant that seed that vintage ain't your bag.
I like that plan, but Lisa, I've got to ask, do you think he is planning on proposing with the grandmother's ring because it's a sentimental choice, or do you think it's an economical choice?
That's such a hard... I don't know. I mean, we've never talked about rings before, so... And, if it's a sentiment, if it's an economic choice, then, that's a different subject. But, if it's sentimental, there's a way of somehow, I guess, using that ring or, passing it down if we have kids, something like that. But just as my wedding ring, my engagement ring, I'm just not down with it if I can help.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So this is a conversation that's totally out of my depth. So let me just ask you this. Is it possible for him to propose with this ring that is either sentimental reasons or budget reasons? And then, I don't know if this works in the wedding ring universe. Is there a way to take from the vintage ring but also make it more of a style that you like after the proposal?
Absolutely.
You can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can you? I was going to say, can you even upgrade it later, or would that still be kind of insulting to your significant other? Because I don't think you should try to get ahead of it. If anything, I think you should just let him go through with the process and then maybe try to upgrade it later in life.
That's what I was feeling.
It's still the ring you got proposed with, and you want it to be the ring, not the potential ring.
It's also the ring you're going to post on Instagram. And if I know 26-year-old girls, I know that we're going to be zooming in going, what did he propose with? What does the ring look like?
Now, I do love the sentimental aspect of it, and I think that he gets huge bonus points, and that speaks volumes of his heart and his connection with his family, which I think is really important. But if you are vintage isn't your thing, I suggest planting that seed somehow, some way that's not your vibe.
Here's Tessa here who has some advice for you. Good morning, Tessa. Thanks for calling.
Hey, it's Tisa. I was just saying she could be totally wrong. My son is getting engaged over Labor Day, and we're using a stone the texts were a ring. So if she read this text, it could say ring. But we're using a stone from 1901 and a totally different ring setting that she wants.
Gotcha.
So it might not be a total ring that she's getting like that.
Gotcha. So would your suggestion be let him propose with it because you're not exactly sure what it is yet and then deal with it afterwards?
No, I'd still kind of show some pictures.
All right. Julietta here says, all right, this is a lot to do about nothing. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
I love you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Okay. So I'm not Hispanic, and I don't want to be, like just because I'm Hispanic and I want to say this is the right thing. But I think women are losing the part of the emotion, the surprise. We're not supposed to know where we're going to get proposed. We're not supposed to know what drink are we going to get. I mean, everything is so fast right now. Like, you don't feel anymore, like, oh, my God, you know what you're going to get. So you have to be humble and accept where you meant to get me.
So what you're saying is like, hey, he's doing something very sentimental that she should take her like desire for something more contemporary right out of it?
Exactly. See, it can be an anniversary where he can buy another ring. But the most important thing is he's, giving something that means a lot for him. And we just do have to be a little bit less, have vanity of like, I want this, I want that,
Yeah. All right. I appreciate your call. All right, Lisa. So Kristen has given you a well-placed lie.
It's not a lie.
A whole fictional friend.
A new truth, as she would say.
Thank you. It's a new truth.
Okay. I like it. It's good.
A fictional friend. Yes. We are not calling it a lie.
It's just a true story that you made up.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, Lisa, let us know how this goes next week, okay?
All right, will do. Thank y'all so much.
All right, you take care. It's the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.